Good evening, everyone. I would like to welcome you to the Live with Darla that I hold every Tuesday night about 8 o'clock Central Time, 6 o'clock Pacific Time, 7 o'clock Mountain Time, or 9 o'clock Eastern Time. I am just amazed at those time zones. I hope someday they become easier to remember, to understand. So this is Darla Tweeten, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Iowa. And this is the month of February. I don't think I said that this was February 10th. And it's the week of Valentines. But as I've been doing research and, reading different websites and stuff, it isn't always a happy time for everybody like I thought it was. So I'm going to go with saying that it's our month of love. And I'm just checking my computer here, my iPad, just to make sure that everything is going well, that I am coming on right. Let me see here. I kind of, every week, I panic at this time because I'm afraid it's not going to be right, and it usually is right. So bear with me for just a minute. We'll see if we have anybody that joins us. I know every week I did start a little early. So right there, I had to turn my volume down on my iPad. And boy, for some reason, I don't know why, but I am really close to the camera tonight. Why is that? Nothing's changed. But it looks like I am in landscape mode, which is probably the biggest fear we have. Those of you that are joining us, if you could make a comment in the comments letting us know where you're from. I am Darla Tweeten, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Iowa. And like I was saying, this is the... Why is it your nose always itches when you go live? Either that or my ear. So I apologize. Like I was telling earlier, this is the week of Thanksgiving. Where did that come from? The week of Valentine's Day. I tell you what, this brain of mine, when I go live, it just, you don't know what it's going to say. So welcome. Hi, Dolores. How are you? I always enjoy when you watch me. I always enjoy our little emails and that we send back and forth. So Dolores, I hope you're ready for Valentine's Day. And like I was starting to say, Valentine's is not always the happiest for some people that aren't married or that don't have a good friend. So I was going to try and practice to say that February is the month of love. So let's look at it that way, that it's the month of love. Actually, the whole year can be a year of love, can't it? So tonight, I am going to do a project that I created for my first annual card buffet. I had some of these Post-it note treat holder left from the buffet, and I thought they might be excellent last-minute gifts. So let me go ahead and turn my camera down to my work surface. So if you'll close your eyes for just a minute, we will get this adjusted so that you can see my work surface. Okay. So I know my first annual card buffet has passed, But I do need to thank my team for their participation in making their cards that our guests could come and create. I'd like to thank the guests that did attend our first annual card buffet. I tell you what, there's just times when you wouldn't be able to do things if you didn't have a great team, and I have a great team. So I'm gonna especially shout out to Peggy and Deb and Cindy for being a big, Peggy, Deb, Cindy, for being a big part of our day last Saturday. And we're going to go into conferences about it, but we may make plans to hold another one. It was a very good learning experience. So thank you to all that attended and came to our first annual card buffet. My next big event is going to be at Pushing Up Daisies on February 18th. Which is not next week, but it's the following week. And it's going to be a blind date with a kit. So when the gals come, they're going to get to choose from brown wrapped kits. So they will have no idea what kit they're doing. So what do you think of that? Blind date with a kit, okay? I want to remind you to redeem your bonus day coupons. We earned them in January, and we needed to save them in a safe spot. I put mine in my draft box of my email, so I know exactly where they all are. And then the thing that I want to remind you is that we do need to be redeeming them now in the month of February. We earned them in January, and we have to spend them by February 28th. So please don't forget to do that. I will give you let's see, how many Februaries? There's 4 Februaries there's 4 Tuesdays in February. So I will remind you of those coupons to redeem them, okay? So the next thing I'd like to talk to you about is I am always looking for new people to join the Tweet Be Happy team. And for the month of February, do you remember last week in my live, I showed you this brand new Stampin positioner that we had? Well, demos had about 2 weeks where they could pre-order those Stampin positioners. They were $49, and we could order them ahead of time so that we could, get familiar with it and do some samples and stuff. Well, when someone joins as a new demonstrator, joins my team, Tweet Be Happy, you will automatically get this free in your starter kit. Your starter kit will cost you $99, and you will be able to order $125 worth of products for the $99. And then this positioner automatically comes in your kit. Now, I do want to let you know that the grid paper over here, that does not automatically come with a Stampin' Up! Positioner. The Stampin' Up! Positioner comes with the base plate, the small alignment plate, and then it's got a large stamp plate, and then it's got 2 strong magnets. The grid paper, I would highly recommend a new demonstrator to order that as part of her $125 worth of choices. So I'm going to see my comments here just a minute, see what's going on with them. Sorry, my arm is in the way. Oh, it says I can comment. Should I make a comment, Dolores, on this? What do you think? What do you think? I don't think I'll make a comment. No, thanks. So that is an exclusive join offer for the month of February, that you can have that automatically added. Now, anyone, my thank you gift for the month of February, when you place a $50 order with me in the month of February, I will send to you as a thank you 3 projects that have been created by the Marvelous Lollies, which is a collaboration of 7 demonstrators from all over the United States. Of those 3 projects, one will have a video, and then there will be 3 PDFs also. So over here, like it says, 1 video, 2 tutorial, and additional 2 PDFs to spark your creativity. So that is going on the month of February. So we also have our product of the month for February, which is the beautiful Impressions DSP. It's a 12 by 12. So let's go ahead and get started with our project. Are you ready? Good, good. So the project tonight, I'm going to be using the Made with Love DSP, and that is on page 58 of the mini catalog. The mini catalog, the front looks something like, let me see if I can find the front here. The mini catalog that I'm working out of right now, that's good January through April. This is the cover of it. And we are going to be on pages 58 and 59 tonight. We are going to be using this beautiful Made with Love paper. And I like to, and I don't know if I have showed you this before or not, but I like to cut a 2 by 2 square out of each piece of the DSP. And then I like to do, like, this is side A and this is side B of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different sheets of paper. And I like to adhere that onto just a piece of, I think I just used basic white on here. That way I can see at one glance the different designs and stuff on the DSP. I also like to put the number of the Made with Love 12 by 12 DSP. I like to put that it's in the mini January through April 2026 book. But what I really like is putting the cardstock colors on here. So this is Bubble Bath, Flirty Flamingo, Poppy Parade, Real Red, and Strawberry Slush. Now, if that doesn't say love, it sure does, doesn't it? I'd like to know who is watching tonight that has this DSP. And then in addition to that DSP, you could order a sticker sheet that was called Love Story Sticker Sheet, and it's just one sheet of 12 by 12, and it actually has little stickers that are, pretty thick. They're like thick paper, thick basic white thickness, and we'll be using that in a little bit to decorate our card. So what we're going to do, this is going to be the project that we're working on tonight. We're going to start out with this is the fun fold. It's got like a little tent on it, and you could put lots of things in this pocket. Somebody suggested that, and it might have been you, Dolores, suggested putting a calendar here on the front, and then you could put Post-it notes in here. You could put a pen or whatever. For our first annual card buffet, I put a little goodie treat in there because, everybody needs treats. So that's what I put in there. So let's go ahead and make this. So we are going to, now this is kind of my prototype. So I use the thick white to make that. So what we're going to use is, this is the actual card base is going to be done with strawberry slush, okay? So we'll put that over there. So the first thing we need to do, so you need to cut this 4 1/4 by 11. If somebody is making their card along with me tonight, just go ahead and slice a piece of cardstock in half. And then you'll want to score it at 5 1/2. Okay, it's going to be hot dog style. Okay, the next step will be to, we will want to emboss a piece of bubble bath, and that needs to be 4 by 5 1/4. So let's go ahead and adhere that onto our strawberry slush cardstock. Now, sometimes my adhesive of choice is the Seal Plus, and sometimes when you emboss it, sometimes it just depends on what the cardstock is, basically. It seems like if I use it on black, it kind of tears. So we are going to want to adhere this onto our strawberry slush. And that's pretty just like that, isn't it? So we have the base, and then we have the first layer. And did I tell you that I had embossed this layer with the Eyelet 3D embossing folder? It's really a nice folder, and that is it's still available, and it's $10. So the next thing we get to do is we need to make the easel stand. So we will take a piece of bubble bath, and this is 4 inches by 4 1/4 inches. And we will score along the 4-inch side. So it's very easy. You score at a 1/2 inch, and then you score at, no, excuse me, just a minute. We're doing the, okay, we're scoring against the force. We do a 1/2 inch, 2 inches, and then 3 1/4. And basically it's 1/2 inch on each side. Okay, so who likes a good bone folder? Put in the comments if you like a good bone folder. When you do a project like this, you really do need to have a good score. especially when it comes to the pocket part of this card. You're going to want to have the sharpest creases you've ever had. I'm going to go ahead and just take a drink a minute. Ooh. What's everybody enjoying tonight? I'm just drinking water. I start out my day drinking coffee, way too much coffee, and then I try to, the rest of the day, drink as much water as I do coffee. And at night, I like to have just cold water, put some ice cubes in it, and fill up my cup, and I'm content. Once in a while, if we're having pizza or something like that, I will enjoy a Pepsi. How about the rest of you? What are you guys enjoying tonight? So what we're going to do now is we are going to put some tear and tape on the easel stand. And it's going to, can you kind of see how I folded it like this, a mountain? It can go either way. And I don't know, I ended up folding it like this. And you're going to want to put your tear and tape on this part of the easel. kind of press it down. I really like tear and tape. It is an adhesive that's easy to use, and it really holds up well. Another trick I learned is when you go to take the backing off, go towards the center of the tape and it comes right off. Can you believe that? You don't have to worry about finding the ends or anything like that. You just take your pick tool and just pull it off like that. Okay, let's go ahead and adhere this now to our card base. And you know, remember, this is pretty sticky, so you're going to want to be sure and have it pretty straight on your card. You can either lay it down or you can stand it up. I kind of have better luck if I stand it up. Then that way it gets level with my card. So that's what I've done. You can see it's off just a little bit, isn't it? And then just go ahead and, you know, fold it up like this. I don't know if I can fix that or not. I probably could cut a little bit of that off, couldn't we? Let's go ahead and do that right now. So take your scissors and along the side of your card, go something like this. Okay. So nobody will know. Nobody will know. That's the good thing about making homemade. Okay, so then the next step you're going to want to, and I forgot to put my light on again tonight. You'll want to go ahead and close this up. It looks like it's not going to be even, doesn't it? So let's fix that fold just a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I am going to line the bottom of this up, something like this. And then I'm going to take my bone folder and refold it. So I'm making it look harder than what it is. It's not this hard. It is not this hard. So just go straight back and crease it again like that. Okay, good, good. And then go ahead and maybe we should stand it up. There, we'll stand it up like that. Okay, so there is our tent. What do you think? And then make sure you just crease it really, really good. Let me turn around here and grab my light. So that's going to stand up pretty nice. Okay. Oh, that makes a big difference, doesn't it? I apologize for not thinking of that earlier. So we're going to go ahead now and we are going to work on the pocket part of our card here. So what we did was we just did the easel part. Now we're going to work on this pocket part of the card. So what we're going to do, so this piece is 4 inches by 6 1/4 inches, and you score along the 6 1/4 inch side at 1/2, 1 inch, 5 1/4 inches, and 5 3/4. Now I kind of cheated. I did a 1/2 inch, and then I did a 1 inch, and then I turned it and I did the 1/2 inch and the 1 inch. It's same measurements. Then you don't have to pull the lever out on your trimmer. And then on the 4 inch side, you want to score the same 1/2 inch and 1 inch. Okay. So now is the important part again of scoring with our bone folder. And I'm trying to think here. I might have I was folding those the wrong way. So you're going to want to fold them in. Okay, so over here, you're going to want to fold the first 1/2 inch, and you know, be kind of hard on your scoring. You know, you got to have good creases so that your corners are metered right. Okay, so let's go ahead and score the first 1/2 inch on the bottom of our pocket, and then fold it up the other 1/2 inch or 1 inch in. Score it super, super well. And it sounds like I'm pressing hard, and I am pressing hard. I hope that isn't too loud. Okay, so then this is going to be our pocket. It'll go to our card, something like this. And then this will flip up, and then it will attach to the corners, okay? But we need to cut out some of the extra here in the corner. So what we need to do is we need to trim up to that 1 inch line very carefully. Don't be in a hurry to do this. And you need to do that on both sides. Okay. And then we have way too much paper here still, don't we? So we need to trim out some of it. And what we're going to do is we're going to trim out all of this, and we're going to trim out 3/4 of this one. Okay, so then it gives us a better corner to meter, doesn't it? So this would go, let me get this one cut first. Okay, so 100% of this one and 3/4 of this tab. Okay, so these are pieces that you don't need. So let's go ahead and throw those in the garbage, okay? So then when you go to close these up, then you will tuck that in, and then the bottom will go like this. And you want to have those corners sharp, 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 okay? So let's do it again. Let's fold them in again, really, really hard. Or, you know, not really hard, but make sure your crease is good. When I made my first sample, I didn't take the extra time to fold all of this in. And so now, as I'm teaching how to do this, I'm making sure that you do that, okay? So we'll just do a dry fit now. This is what the top corners will look like. And then we will fold up the bottom, tuck those in, fold up the bottom, and then we put the bottom on top of the top. Does that make sense? Okay. So now we put the tape here and here and on there. So I should have had a little pen here. Oh well. So let's go ahead and put on our double-sided tape again. And put it on this flap over here. Oh, this light is perfect. When I was doing this earlier this week, it was kind of dark in my dining room. It was one of those days when the sun wasn't shining, and it was, you know, seeing the white on the pink. Let's see, this is bubble bath. We're using bubble bath tonight and strawberry slush. So make sure you burnish. And I think when I did that, I noticed that I was running out of my tape on this ring, on that tear and tape. So I have another one here. Let's go ahead and finish putting the tape on here. And this tape now just tears. That's thus the name tear and tape. When this originally came out, it had like a red backing on it, and it wasn't, you had to cut it Do you remember that, guys, when we first had this earlier? Okay. So what we're going to do now is so that is what our box is going to look like. I'm just going to give it one more good score. Because, you know, when you're on live, you want to make sure it's extra good. And good thing this is thick cardstock, okay? So then what we're going to want to do is we are going to pull this up something like this, and we are going to tuck that corner in, okay? I think I want it on top, yeah. So let's go ahead and pull off the bottom tape. I think this is the one that I think I was supposed to do the bottom first. Something's telling me I should have did the side first. So we will go ahead and make sure those little corners are in there and make sure that it's got a good metered corner, something like that. And there again, take your bone folder and make sure it's straight. That bone folder, oh, I did put it on top, didn't I? Okay, I better put this one on top too. So, so it just helps to make it a good corner. So go ahead and take your bone folder and really press that, okay? So let's go ahead and attach it to our card. And I probably should have decorated it before I attached it to the card. I realize that now. The last step of this is to decorate it with the DSP, and maybe it'll work out. Maybe it'll work out. Okay, so here is our metered corners. I think they look pretty good, and we will put them onto our card. You can see it's a pretty square little box. Kind of fun to do. Kind of a nice accomplishment to make. So then go ahead and lay it on your card. Make sure that it is centered. And then again, take that bone folder and make sure you burnish the bottoms, the bottom, the side one. Here was side one that I did. And then burnish this bottom right here. Something sticky is in there. I think I went underneath of the panel. Wouldn't you know it? So go ahead and really burnish it well. There we go. What do you think? There is our little holder. Does it look difficult? It's not difficult. I can't see my comments tonight again. I don't know what I do wrong that I don't see the comments. So if you're commenting, I apologize. I'll go back later and see those. But so this is the tent part of it right here. And then this is the pocket. And look at those sharp little corners. What do you think of that? So, and then we're going to take a piece of the Made with Love DSP. And you can use either side. I'm going to do the X's and O's. Why not? So go ahead and put your adhesive on there. And then, and if there's an up or down, I don't know if there is in this one. I think the hearts have to be going up like this. So let's go ahead and put this little piece of DSP. Now, the bubble bath is 4 inches by 2 3/4 inches. And the Made with Love DSP is 3 3/4 by 2.5 inches. So then that will go on the front of our pocket, something like that. But before we do that, let's decorate it with one of these stickers, okay? I think this big flower might be too big, but let's try this little flower right here. Let's use that. let's bring out my silicone sheet. We'll do that. And then let's do this banner that says you are loved. Okay, so we'll do those two from the sticker sheet. So let's go ahead and do something like we'll do you are loved, and then we'll do this little heart with this little flower. Isn't that cute? And then we will adhere this to our pocket. So we will lay this down and gently, this could have been put on before, you know, you folded it into the box. But there again, with this nice little bone folder, I'm pressing on the top, and then my bone folder is right below there, so I can make sure that it adheres, okay? So that is our project for tonight. This is called a Post-it note and treat holder. What do you think of that? So later on tonight, I will have the dimensions for this on my blog, which is tweetbehappy@blogspot.com. You can go read that my blog, okay? So what do you think? I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera back on me now. And I'm going to turn this light off. And I will bring it forward. And I will wish you all a good rest of your week. And remember, if you're watching this and if you're interested in becoming a demonstrator, we do have that wonderful promotion of the Stampin Positioner that would be added automatically to your starter kit. And also a couple reminders that if you have bonus coupons from January, you're going to want to spend them in February. And when you place a $50 order in my online store, or if you're on my team and you place a $50 order in your store, I will send you that thank you gift at the end of February. Okay? So, in closing, I want to wish you again, have a good week until we see each other on Tuesday. And if there's anything that you need, don't hesitate to get a hold of me. And if you like this video, if you would like it and share it, that helps promote my business. And I think that's it. Darla Tweeten, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Iowa, giving you God's blessings. Thank you.